All right, before you pack up and move to Kenosha, there are a few things that locals don't tell you. From secret beaches to the best pizza debate that divides the city, to the one road that everyone should avoid at 5 p.m. These are the 10 things that only Kenosha locals know, and you're not hearing this in the brochure.
If you're thinking about moving here to Kenosha, give us a call or shoot us a text at 262-331-1621, or better yet, visit our website, chadscottrealty.com. Check out all of our free brochures and schedule a consultation with us. Now let's dive into the video. So let's start off with the real Kenosha divide. It's divided into the east and the west side, divided between east of Green Bay Road and west of Green Bay Road. Why is it divided between those two sides, Aalia?
So this invisible line that divides the city or the county, it actually changes everything from traffic patterns to the actually taxes and the neighborhood feel. So let's take the east side. We're going to see a lot of historical homes and styles, the charm of the history, and the proximity to the lake. There are much older homes than the ones that you see in the west. So Chad, what about the west?
So west of Green Bay Road and even west of the interstate, it's just you have newer subdivisions, bigger lots, and if you commute to work, it's a lot easier to jump onto the interstate because you don't have nearly as much traffic to fight through. You don't have to fight through all of downtown Kenosha to get to the interstate.
So which side feels like the true Kenosha? Drop it down in the comments and let us hear from you. What do you think the true side of Kenosha is? Is it the east or the west side?
It's an age-old debate that the locals have every single year. So some traffic secrets that nobody mentions to newcomers especially. So you want to avoid Highway 50, 75th Street during rush hour. Highway 50, especially east of Green Bay Road, really backs up during rush hour after 5 p.m., especially right around that 39th Avenue area. It gets really congested there when it gets down to a 2-lane road.
So another traffic secret is to take Sheridan Road and 39th Avenue, which are the faster alternatives, which actually depends on the time of the day. So make sure you learn when the train crossings are busiest and they can ruin your schedule. So
yeah, there aren't a lot of train crossings here in Kenosha that are actually still active in the city of Kenosha. But if you're in Pleasant Prairie has 3 or 4 train crossings that if you're caught by a train, it can really ruin your day because there's some freight trains that go through Pleasant Prairie and Kenosha that are really long. They take what, 5-10 minutes sometimes?
Up to 15 minutes some days. So if you're really wanting to just head to go home to unwind from the day, I would suggest try to avoid those areas as well.
Definitely. So Aalia, what about some of the best hidden lake spots? You know, we love our Lake Michigan here in the Kenosha, Pleasant Prairie area. What are some of the best hidden lake spots that we have here in the Kenosha area?
So one of the major hidden lake spots is the Simmons Island, which is actually pretty great. But most locals actually prefer the Southport Park or the Eichelman Park for the quiet views of the lake and just kind of like the scenery around it.
Yeah, Simmons Island is definitely great, but it's the most popular beach by far, and it gets really busy and really crowded, especially during those hot summer days when everybody's out. So if you want a quieter scene, Southport or Eichelman Park is definitely quieter and just as nice in my opinion.
So Simmons Island, like he mentioned, gets really busy, especially in the spring, summertime when a lot of the tourists comes and visits Kenosha. Yes, Kenosha does have tourists. And that's where most of the events are held, is at Simmons Island. So I try to avoid that area as much as I can. Another park is the Prairie Springs Park, which is actually in Pleasant Prairie, which is actually good for swimming and actually has walking trails. Locals actually used to avoid the crowds.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Prairie Springs Park, it's around Lake Andrea there. It's a man-made lake. It has a nice little beach there and you can walk around the lake. A great little area that a lot of locals don't realize is there, but it is technically a beach. It's not Lake Michigan, but it's a nice little beach, a nice little swimming area. There's no motorized boats allowed in that lake, so it's nice, quiet, and peaceful.
So if you are moving to Kenosha, make sure you reach out to a Kenosha local and ask them for the different beaches and which ones are good and which ones to avoid. Now, the biggest thing is the great pizza debate. So, Chad, talk to us about the big pizza debate here in Kenosha.
So Kenosha has a lot of different pizza places. We have Luigi's, we have Villa de Carlo, we have
Kaiser's and Durango's. And everyone has their favorite. And my favorite is Durango's by far.
Durango's is really great. However, I really like Kaiser's because they have some unique pizzas. They have a pizza of the month. They do a different topping every month. Like they do a pickle pizza that they bring back once or twice a year. That is a hit. It's a hit with locals. I personally don't like the pickle pizza. I don't like pickles on my pizza. But you know, some people really love pickles on their pizza. So that's kind of a divide in our household is which pizza place to go to.
I usually win.
She does. Which pizza place do you guys like? Let us know down here in the comments.
So if you do talk to a local here in Kenosha, once you move here and get settled here, you are going to get different answers based on, obviously based on their favorites. It's like those drive-ins. You are going to get a divided answer. Is it the Spot or is it Big Star?
And you will be judged based on which answer you give them. So be prepared for that. People will like you, love you, or hate you based on which answer you give them.
So what are the secret events that we see around town?
So a lot of locals know about, the Italian Fest, which had their first actual fest this past year. The Taste of Wisconsin, which is a lot of fun to go to. And then the Peanut Butter and Jam concert series every summer, which is just a lot of fun to take your kids to and listen to some great music. But what a lot of locals and even what a lot of people, even locals, don't know about is First Fridays downtown. A lot of small businesses participate in this. You just go downtown, you walk the streets, and you visit local small businesses.
And you're supporting them as well.
Yep, it's a great little first Friday of the month thing to do. Go downtown, support some local small businesses. So Alia, why is Lake Michigan both a blessing and a curse?
Okay, so one of the blessings to have Lake Michigan or harbor right next to us or close to us is you get a chance to actually enjoy the beautiful views. Chad and I just went down to the harbor just to walk on a Saturday morning and just enjoy the peace and quiet of our lake. However, there is a downside of having a lake near us. The brutal winds, the increased snow because the lake affects snow in the winter. So if you have a home near the lake, you're going to have microclimates, meaning that the snow and the ice hit harder during the winter. So please make sure if you are going to buy a home closer to there, expect a little bit more chill to your winters.
Expect that to shovel that driveway a little more often. Buy a little extra salt so you can salt your driveway and your sidewalks a little more often during the winter. However, it does also insulate you. It keeps you warmer a little bit longer during those beginning winter months, like right now in November and October. You tend to stay warmer a little bit longer than like the inland counties. So if you were in Lake Geneva or Madison, you tend to stay a little bit warmer a little bit longer than those inland cities.
So also if you are to come and move closer to the lake, expect to budget higher for your heating bills because of the lake affects snow and the lake affects snow and the cold, a little bit more colder during the winter months. So make sure you budget higher.
Parking. So we all know how much we hate parking, especially downtown Kenosha. Parking can be a beast, especially during the summer when everybody's downtown. Parking tickets are a real thing. Cops are down there, and they are writing real tickets to real people down there. So make sure that you're paying attention to parking rules. Make sure that you're not parking right next to the stop sign. Make sure that you're taking advantage of the free parking lots that Kenosha has down there. They have that brand new parking structure that's right next to the post office. They have lots of little parking lots behind the businesses, scattered all throughout downtown that you can utilize.
So make sure you talk to a local and get those locations as well. Don't forget the street cleaning and the snow emergency. Those can actually catch newcomers very fast, because you think one day you are going to park on the street and then bam, you hit with a ticket because of the street cleaning alternate parking.
Yeah, make sure that you're memorizing the alternate side of the street parking. That begins, I want to say November 1st through like April 30th, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I have to double check that. But you can only park on one side of the street based on the day that it is, like odd, even days. You have to park on each side of the street. And that's throughout the whole city of Kenosha based on the street address. Even side and odd side of the streets.
Don't hesitate to talk to your neighbors on when those days are.
So Aalia, you're a teacher here in Kenosha Unified. Let's talk about some of the local school rivalries and sports rivalries.
Okay, so we're going to focus on the high schools first. And there's always a rivalry between Trumper and Bradford. Those are the two major, two of the three major high schools here in Kenosha. And it goes real deep. So be aware of that. Choose your side very carefully. Within the middle school, it is between Lance and Bullen. That is a highly rivaled two teams because of the greatness of their skills as well. So parents and alumni actually take pride of their side. So please be aware of that and be careful of which side you're going to choose from.
And you see a lot of parents, community members going out to these sporting events, supporting each side. Not just current enrolled students and parents. You see
alumni,
community members going out there and supporting their teams, supporting their past schools.
There's one secret that Kenosha actually holds is the community pride and the spirit that we do hold. Regardless of which side you are from, there is always a community feel to Kenosha County.
Definitely. So let's talk about the housing market secret right now, because, we are realtors. We have to talk about housing a little bit. So locals know that housing is selling really fast and often for at asking price or even a little bit over asking price, even in the slower months. So as we head into December, January, and February, we don't expect to see the housing market slow down too much. It'll slow down a little bit. Buyers will have a little bit more of an advantage, but housing is still moving really fast just because of our lack of inventory that we've had over the last several years.
Many of the buyers actually are waiving contingencies. We just had a deal close that they waived the appraisal contingency, meaning that if the house appraised lower or higher, the sellers or the buyers were able to negotiate. However, the buyers was very desperate for this house because it fit their criteria. They actually waived that inspection. So, and you working with your local rental lenders, they actually know the housing market here in Kenosha. So make sure you work directly with them.
As of mid-2025, homes are averaging about 42 days on market, and they're selling for around list price, as we mentioned earlier. 42 days on market sounds like a really long time. However, when you look at the grand scheme of things, it's really not that long. That's pretty average for days on market. It's actually a little bit less than the average for days on market. So it's pretty quick for houses to sell right now.
So if you are working with a realtor, make sure you listen to the pricing strategy because they know the market and they can try to get your house sold within those 42 days if you are strategically pricing your house.
So if you're thinking about buying here in the Kenosha area, we've got a free Kenosha neighborhood guide that breaks down prices, commute times, and everything that you need to know about living here in the Kenosha area. Make sure that you visit our website, chadscottrealty.com, and you can download a free guide right there.
So Chad, let's talk about what the locals are thinking when people are transplanting or relocating from Illinois.
So our biggest fear about Illinois transplants is that they're going to drive up prices even further than they already have. Prices here in the Kenosha area have already shot up so high, is that we're afraid that prices are going to continue to climb more and more out of reach for locals that are looking to upgrade their house or downgrade their house. So far out of reach that they just can't reach them anymore. And locals debate often whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, we all want our property values to continue to rise, but we don't want them to go up so high that we just can't afford to buy another house.
And then we're worried about the property taxes that follow suit of the increased equity. So there's a give and take relationship there.
And the rising home values are just kind of changing the vibe of our city a little bit. Are we becoming too much of a
big city? So Kenosha is still has that small time feel with small time heart. However, it is definitely changing fast with the increase of relocators here in Kenosha.
It is. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. Is the Kenosha changing too fast, too quickly, or is it changing just the right amount? We'd like to hear your opinions. Let us know down in the comments.
So there you have it, 10 things only Kenosha locals really know. So if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing, or even just relocating here, we help people every week, just like you, find their perfect spot in Kenosha. So you can call us at 262-331-1621 or connect with us via our website at chadscottrealty.com.
Have a great day, guys. See you in the next video.